What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again. I want to talk to you about a recent event here in mankind's history, in the history of the world, and that's the space shuttle program shutting down. A lot of people, I think, a lot of younger people, not even fully realize exactly what this means. And I want to take the time to explain it and talk about my personal history with the program. The space shuttle program has finally come to a conclusion, not necessarily because it wasn't useful anymore. It was quite useful. In fact, it was a good portion of the way most American businesses and a lot of other businesses got stuff done. Though there have been a lot of competitors crop up, other countries, and including private organizations that have been putting stuff into space, really brought the fact that the space shuttle program was a 30-year program and that these machines had been built 30 years ago to the forefront, and realized that NASA needs now to focus on new technologies, a new way of doing it, and hopefully be able to work our way towards Mars, which is the inevitable conclusion, obviously, of this current chapter of space history, to finally land a man on the first planet that we ever landed on. And I think they're talking now, a step in that right direction is to land it on an asteroid first, hopefully by 2020 and 2030, land on Mars for the first time. Now, the Space Shuttle program, if you don't know, did an excellent job of getting a large portion of the satellites out there that are out there into the sky, maintained, taken care of. It serviced the space station that we have there. It was pivotal for a lot of the technologies that America has formatted and come up with over the past few years, and a lot of the technologies that the world uses today. I was reading Reddit.com and saw an interview with somebody from NASA, and he was listing all the different things that we do today, whether it be your satellite, your cellular phone, or just pretty much any piece of technology you touch today was at some point touched by NASA and directly related to the space shuttle program. But I remember being fascinated with it. There was a time that I wanted to be an astronaut, big enough to be a launching pad, so there wasn't much chance of that, obviously. I was alive when the first space shuttle disaster happened, and Christy McClure was killed. The school teacher that they put on the space shuttle to take her to space so she could come back and tell everybody how awesome space was. You know, the first civilian that they put on a plane. I remember all the terrible jokes that we used to tell, like after of course, the space shuttle blew up, and there was very little remnants left of the people that were on it. Let's see. How did you know that Christy McClure had blue eyes? Because one blew this way, one blew that way. How did they know she had dandruff? Because they found her head and shoulders floating in the ocean. All these terrible jokes. But then actually, for that particular event, they'd actually sent us home that day to go home and watch it with our families, watch the space shuttle take off. So it's a piece of Americana, and it's a piece of American history, and it's very sad to see it go. And the reasons that it's going is largely economical. And it's because America, much like England, much like the majority of the civilized world, is suffering right now financially. But America is certainly the worst case scenario in that we just are diverting funds to pay for wars that we shouldn't be involved in. And that brings me to the real topic I wanted to talk to today. My girlfriend is going through a lot of trouble lately finding a decent job, even though she's relocated. And she can find a job, but a good job, that's hard to find. I saw a letter from a 60-year-old woman who apologized to today's generation, the people that are watching this right now. And I want to tell you guys, the reality of it is, an education is not as useful as it used to be, and it's 10 times as expensive. Your baseline college education is not as useful as your high school diploma is for certain. And these days, it's better to learn a trade skill than it is to go to school for an actual degree, because the jobs that need degrees are hard to come by, and they generally have somebody in them, and those jobs aren't being created. In fact, they're being eliminated. Trade skill is amazingly useful right now. Being able to do something with your hands, being able to do something that nobody else can do, that's what gets you a job these days. Corporate America has kind of wrecked things a little bit right now, and it's a scary time to be alive. And we're all filled with these aspirations of one day you'll be this incredible, incredible guy. Maybe you will be that astronaut. Maybe you will be that executive at Walmart that, you know, helps run the place at corporate office. Maybe one day you'll own your own small business. So very few of us will. And watching the space shuttle program close down, knowing that we needed to divert what few funds we give them to buy another bomb, to buy another plane, makes you wonder, wouldn't the best trade skill right now in the world be making bombs and making planes? Something to think about. Now, don't worry, the private companies that put stuff into space and put people into space, they'll fill the gap that's left with the space shuttle program, which is depressing and upsetting. And it makes me wonder that if a private company can do it and be profitable, why can't NASA be profitable? And I digress. If there's anybody out there that works in NASA, I think there's some 100 million people that work in NASA or something, but if you are one of the people that work at NASA, hi, I'm sorry. I probably got a lot of my information wrong here. Sorry that you don't have a space shuttle anymore. So I hope you guys found this remotely informative, remotely interesting. I'm curious as to what you guys think, but as a little of a salute to the good folks at NASA, if you could fit the word shuttle, either space shuttle or shuttle, however you want to put it, into the comments below. If you can put the word shuttle down there, I know you made it to the end of this. Well, it's probably a uniquely boring video for me. But I hope you liked it anyway. Talk to you later.